Welcome to episode 12 of Action RPG game in Unity, UI improvements. Let's add buttons to open the inventory, stats and quest panels. To make the icons, we will be using icons from the site called Free Game Icons. Link in the description. Icons on the website which I use have same name as the files in the project, if you want to use the same icons. Size of the icons is 64 pixels. Create a button, move it to the corner for now. Set the size of the button to be the size of the icons we have. Then we need to anchor this button. Because button is in the bottom right, anchor it to bottom right. Good. Now we want to set the icon to be sprite of this button. We cannot just drag them, because images need to be configured to be usable for UI. Set all the icons, texture types, to be sprite. Set the book sprite for the quest panel. Make two copies of the button and set knapsack for the inventory button. And dude with swords for the stats panel. Good, now we want to set buttons to open panels. Let's test this. Good. But when we click on those buttons, our character still gets the command to move. If your buttons are hidden behind the UI like this, make sure your buttons are lower in hierarchy than panels. So let's fix problem that when you click on the UI, your character still receive commands. We need to not command the character to do something when our pointer is over UI element. To detect if our pointer is over UI element, we need to use event system. So import event system and then check is pointer over game object. If this is true, then we return out of the execution to stop the execution. Please consider supporting me on Patreon. You will get cool perks like being featured like those cool people you can see on your screen right now, or access to project file. Okay, now let's add money counter into our inventory. Create a text object. Place it into our inventory panel. Good. Let's change the color of the text. Now we want to post the amount of coins we have into this inventory panel. To manage the inventory panel elements, we want to create a new component called inventory panel. Inside we need a field to reference the currency text object. Reference the object in the Unity. Then we need to reference player inventory so we can read his gold count. And in the update, set the currency text to show the player currency count. Reference player inventory in the editor, and let's test this. Good, right now we are updating the money counter every frame, but converting numbers into string generates some garbage into memory. Assigning the new values to the text marks the UI as to be redrawn. So every frame you're making your Unity redraw your UI, wasting processing power. So let's make a simple change check if the currency value has changed, by storing the value inside the inventory panel and checking if the player currency has changed its value. Good. With this done, I will tease you what we are going to do in the next episode. Agreed, inventory. Good, this is it for this episode. Special thank you to Andrew V. Long, Farid Pesse, The Salt Hashdu, and LP Massive for their generous support. With best regards, see you in the next episode.